Alright. Wasn't a good idea. So, this project that's coming up next, it's a little design-wise, a little different than anything that I've personally ever done. That's just because I'm a dude. I have two boys that are also dudes. And a lot of the things that I've built are like wooden trucks or wooden trailers for them to pull with their battery-powered quads, tree houses, deer plaques, turkey plaques, ramps, half pipes, dude stuff is what I normally build. And this one, a little out of left field for me. This one is going to be a closet armoire type thing for little girls' dress-up clothes. Little girls like to pretend to be princesses and have nice dresses and shoes and jewelry, and they don't think makeup because they're little girls. But anyways, that's what I'm going to be building and that's what I'm going to be designing. So let's take you over and we'll talk about that now. Alright, so what we got in mind here is I'm going to do a castle theme for a princess. So I got some ideas that I'm going to try to do, and hopefully they work out. If not, you'll get to see them flop. But we're going to do that. I'm going to use basically everything that I have already in the shop. I want to use all scrap kind of material and a couple little surprises, stuff that I've bought for other projects that I haven't used. First step we got to do is we got to obviously build a carcass. We're basically building a freestanding closet. So let's go get Dusty. Had a lot of anger issues with it. When you're doing something like this and it's all in here, it's hard to get it in here. But you got to think about the thickness of this and how that's going to affect your overall dimensions and all that fun stuff. So I need to put some shelves in, and then I'm going to do some facing, and it's going to be kind of a custom facing type thing because I want to get a little crazy. So stay tuned because we're going to get a little crazy. So I made these two faux columns to go on the corners. All I did was I took 4-inch PVC pipe, I ripped out the back of them, and then I just notched them to give that brick look like you see on top of castles, on the top of the towers, and then I filled them with some wood so little kids don't just drop stuff down there because you know what's going to happen. But yeah, I was actually really happy with the way it turned out. I'm going to have to screw these on eventually, but I think that really gives it more of a castle feel. But now you're probably wondering about this section right here. Let me tell you about that section right there. You can see with this section right here, I got this nice groove all the way around the whole thing. What could that be for? Stroke the beard. I also have this LED rope light that I've had for a while that's just been dying to be put in something. But before we get to that, I kind of feel bad because I didn't really record a whole lot of the build part because mostly I was getting frustrated with a lot of the problems I was having. But one thing I really did want to record and I didn't do was the PVC because you guys have seen me build carcasses, you've seen me do the facing, and if you're always wondering what I'm talking about by facing, it's all of this stuff that covers up all of the layers of wood. Now, if you're wondering what I'm talking about by layers of wood, If you look at this plywood, you can see the layers on it. So all your exposed edges, instead of having that, you face it and you put the 1x on it like this, and that gives it that finished look. You've seen me do it, so I didn't really record it. Like I said, I was having a lot of issues, but I wanted to do the PVC. So let me show you how I did it. This is all I got left of my big piece. But I just took my table saw, and I kind of just set a guide depth here, and that was just kind of me guessing and trialing. But all I did was I set it, I leaned it right up against the fence, and I ripped it this way, and then I spun it until that line that I had just ripped was on the top of my fence, lined that up, and then I ripped that, and that is what got me to cut these little sections out here. And that's how I did that, and then I took a little piece of that ripped material that I just showed you out, brought it over to the bandsaw, boop, 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 and then I made this little guy, and he was my guide, and I kind of did that to get these out. Now, what I did to use those is I took the angle grinder and with a cutoff wheel, and I cut here and here, and then I just took my jigsaw to kind of finish it. I still got to finish up the edges on it so it's not nasty, but so I felt bad for not including that in the video. So there it is. Now let's get back to my cool thing I'm doing. All right, so let me give you the tip. This one's about safety. When you're building a project like this and you're switching your size nails between, I've been using 1 1/4 and 3/4, switched over to 2-inch because I need to stick some pieces in that were pretty big. And safety tip is remember what you had in there. And also, you're going to get 2 tips right now. Don't ever put your hand on top of what you're firing in through. That's a tip, because when you have 2-inch nails in and you're firing through 2 pieces that are 3/4 inches thick, you tend to have some overshootage there. And when your hand is placed on top of that nail, luckily the blood's drying up now. You tend to have a little bit of stuff. So that was just the tip. So I got this cheap mirror for a project that I never actually did. So it's just been sitting around for a little while. I don't need it this big. So we are going to attempt to pull this backing, or this frame, off, and we're going to attempt to cut it. I figured, whee, hey look, there's you guys. I figured since I've already shot myself, and I didn't get that on camera, unfortunately, because I would have, I don't know how to bleep stuff, but I would have had to be bleeping because it was not fun. If I do something else stupid and I get hurt, great content. And if I don't, well, then I can tell people, hey, I knew what I was doing the whole time. Win-win. So I think I'm going to start by trying to remove this backer stuff. I am the greatest man alive! Woohoo! Alright. It wasn't the cleanest cut, so, yeah, but, it's gonna work because I've got to put a frame around it. And I even have this little bit to look at myself in. Do you guys want to look at yourselves? You look handsome today. There you are. Alright. So if you're wondering why you're not seeing a whole lot of building of this thing, let me explain to you how this is going. So I got the frame all built for the mirror that I cut. Just got it all built. Just nailed it all together. Gonna go test fit her. Go to lift the mirror. And this happens. That's how this whole project has been. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the mirror a little shorter, and then cut the frame a little shorter, and it should be okay. But that's how this has been going. And now that everything is together and faced and glued and slotted and routed and screwed and then fixed and then bled on, it's time. for the putty party. Sorry about that. We are gonna putty though. Let's make her pretty pink, huh? Design-wise, was a lot in here. And for some reason, everything seemed to have fought me on this thing, but it is done, and I think it looks fan-diddly-tastic. So, let me take you a quick walkthrough. On this side, you have 3 hangery things for boas, necklaces, robes, whatever else little girls hang. Then you got your tower castle thing here. Then you got this setup of, technically I guess, 3 shelves for your hats or your scarves, shoes, whatever. Then in the middle, on the bottom right here, we've got your rod for hanging up your dresses. Right here, you have your custom built LED backlit princess thing. Then followed up with some more cubby drawer things right here. This right here. This side has your full length. I say full length in the quotes because people are this tall who want to do this. So full length mirror on this side. This was really fun to do, really hard to do, and I'm glad it's done, but I think it looks fantastic. So, did get a boo-boo, which is, okay, because I was being stupid, and we all learned from it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.